window, you probably already did it because you will see a fresh coat of snow. Snow here in Texas on the ground. A winter storm warning is now expected for all of North Texas, and all 254 counties in the state are under some sort of warning, watch, or advisory. So our meteorologist Kyle Roberts has been very busy over the past week or so. And Kyle, you did say that this is really the appetizer to what we're going to see a little later on.
I can't take credit for that because I did see somebody say this earlier today.
I'm loving that line.
I think it's a great description. What we saw last night into this morning, the appetizer ahead of the entree. So what's the entree? Well, that's what's headed our way later on today, especially this afternoon into this evening. And that's that round of more moderate to heavy snow. That's really when we're going to see those highest snow totals this afternoon into this evening. 8+ inches across the area, maybe even kind of near blizzard conditions later on today as well. That's why all of North Texas underneath a winter storm warning at the moment. We've been under a winter storm warning since yesterday, but it continues through tomorrow. And it's not just us dealing with this. It's almost the entire state, with the exception, I think, of 4 counties down in South Texas that are under a winter weather advisory. The entire rest of the state under a winter storm warning. All of Oklahoma under a winter storm warning, all of Arkansas under a winter storm warning, and almost all of Mississippi and Louisiana underneath the winter storm warning. I mean, this is insane. I've never seen anything like this before, and it's not just us. I mean, it's a good chunk of the southern part of the country that are under all sorts of winter weather situations at the moment. And we have the snow on the ground right now. We're only going to see more as we head through the next 24 hours. Let me step out of the way here. A little light snow coming down to Weatherford. It's also a coating of snow out there at the moment. 16 degrees. It feels like 0. UNT and Denton, 15 degrees with a coating of snow outside, and it feels like -1 at the moment. Dallas Baptist University, 18, feels like 3. A little lesser snow than Denton to Weatherford at the moment, but still kind of a coating there outside. And downtown Dallas, 18, feels like 5. You can see how snow has accumulated on those roadways, although the areas that have been driven on improving a little bit. But also the problem was last night into this morning, we did have some sleet that fell before the snow. So I'd encourage you, even though these roads may look a little dry because the snow's been, brushed off to the side by the traffic, some of that could be ice. So use extreme caution on the roadways. It's not like the snow's been all pushed aside and these are just dry roadways. I think there is likely a layer of ice on here, especially on those bridges and overpasses. So if you don't have to travel this morning, don't do so. So what happened? We did have some sleet and snow, mainly less than an inch last night into this morning. Those roads are snow covered with ice underneath, and just use extreme caution. Take it slow, take it easy. If you have to be out and about this morning, I would just encourage you to stay home if you can. A little flurry activity happening across the DFW, maybe a little band of more moderate snow stretching from Terrell to Canton. Headed up toward Greenville right now, maybe another little moderate band from Gainesville to Sherman. So all of this kind of that appetizer round. Here's that entree round off to the west. This is our main round of snow, our more moderate to heavy snow that's going to spread from west to east across the area during the day today. So between now and noon, just kind of some lingering flurries, lingering light snow for most of you, but that more moderate to heavy snow will start to move into western North Texas. It's kind of already there. Abilene to Albany, up to Seymour, up to Archer City. Light snow amounts for most, but that heavier snow starts to move into western locations. Obviously, roads are slick and hazardous and will continue to be so. Then as we head into the afternoon, that more moderate to heavy snow starts to move into DFW and the rest of the area. So here's 3 o'clock, starting to move into, it may even arrive a little earlier than this, maybe early afternoon. Starts to arrive in western parts of DFW. Then it'll spread across the DFW area mid to late afternoon into the evening hours. 7 o'clock this evening, there's that moderate to heavy snow band stretching across eastern North Texas, and it'll just keep moving east as we head into the overnight hours. So this afternoon and evening, increasing snow intensity, those higher accumulations. It's going to continue to be windy and very cold. We'll see some blowing snow and could have borderline blizzard conditions this afternoon into this evening. Can't believe I'm saying it, but it's true. Then as we head into the evening and overnight hours, that band moves off to the east, but we get this another round that kind of moves up from the south and into southern southeastern North Texas. This one going to dump some heavy snow as well and really drive up accumulations across eastern and southeastern areas. Corsicana, Athens, over into East Texas, going to see some significant snow amounts from that band. You can see it does stay mainly south of DFW, and then all of this pushes off to the east as we head into tomorrow morning. By 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're dry but it will just be extremely cold to start tomorrow. So overnight tonight, snow ending across western North Texas, DFW. That should say moderate. I apologize. Moderate snow will continue for DFW, and then the heaviest snow looks like it'll be anywhere from Corsicana to Athens to Tyler down to the southeast. And then the snow will obviously continue to accumulate at a high rate, and then we'll see those 3 to 8+ inch snow totals across the area. Highest totals, western, northwestern locations, 4 to 8+ inches. For the eastern, southeastern areas with that round overnight tonight, 4 to 8 inches. DFW is in between. Don't worry, you're not going to get left out. You're going to see about 3 to 6 inches across the rest of North Texas. Could you end up with 3? Sure. Could you end up with 6? Sure. It's a range of totals. Everybody's going to see something, but some of you will see a little bit more than others. That's just what we're dealing with. But this is not a snow event where, Stephenville, you're going to see 3 to 4 inches and Dallas sees nothing. Not going to be the case. Everybody will see something. It just depends on how much you're going to see. For most of you, 3 to 6 inch totals, but there could be those higher totals, 4 to 8 inches, western, northwestern locations, and then eastern and southern North Texas. All right, let's take a breath. Now we got to talk about the cold and just how extremely cold it's going to be over the next couple days. These are my high temperatures starting tomorrow. 13 degrees is the high tomorrow. That's 47 degrees below the normal. It's still winter, but we're going to be 47 degrees below the normal temperature tomorrow afternoon. We're up to 20 Tuesday, 27 Wednesday. I'll step out of the way here. 29 Thursday, then finally back up above freezing by Friday with a high of 36. Now with that high of 13 tomorrow, got me thinking about this. Well, when was the last time we had a high of 13 degrees or even colder? Here's the coldest all-time high temperatures in the DFW area. Only 1 degree colder than what I'm forecasting tomorrow. February 12th, 1899, we had a high of 12. That's the coldest afternoon we've ever seen in North Texas. I think we're going to be very close to that tomorrow. By the way, in 1983, we did have a high of only 13 degrees, so we could tie that tomorrow. A lot of you remember that cold snap. That's when we had 11 days at or below freezing in a row. Then December 22nd, 1989, that was another Arctic air outbreak. We had a high of 14 degrees, and then on February 12th, 1905, we had a high of 15. So this is historic cold, not only with our high temperatures, but also with our low temperatures as well. We're going to set record lows tomorrow, record lows Tuesday. 4 is my low tomorrow, 0 is my low on Tuesday. Then we warm into the teens. Obviously still going to stay very, very cold. Wind chills well below 0 over the next couple days. So tomorrow morning, single digit lows. The record low's 15. We'll smash that tomorrow morning. You wake up to wind chills -10 to -20 across North Texas tomorrow morning. Then by Tuesday morning, lows single digits around 0, probably even below 0 for northern northwestern areas to start your Tuesday. A record low again. Wind chills. Wind may not be as strong Tuesday morning, but any sort of breeze will give us a wind chill anywhere from -10 to -20 Tuesday morning. Now this is it's fun to joke about and talk about how cold it's going to be, but it really is extreme and it really is dangerous cold. So please stay warm. Please stay safe over the next couple days. If you haven't taken those precautions to protect your plumbing and those sorts of things, you need to do that. I know you need to stay home, obviously, because of the roads, but you can still take some of those precautions at your home right now. Dripping the faucets, wrapping external faucets and things like that. You need to make those preparations because of the cold that's headed your way over the next couple days. I didn't even get to this yet because we just got so much to talk about over the next 24 hours, but another round of wintry weather is likely on Wednesday. As far as what's going to fall, I think mainly snow for most of you, but there could be a little bit of a wintry mix in there as well, so we'll be watching that closely. And that's going to fall on whatever happens today and into tomorrow, so we'll only continue with increased amounts of wintry weather out there or on the ground, so those roads are just going to stay treacherous over the next several days and maybe even in the late week time frame. We finally warm up above freezing on Friday, and then we do get back into the 60s toward the end of that 10-day forecast, and all this will be a memory, maybe not a distant memory, because I think this will be one that we remember for quite some time. So stay safe, everybody, and stay warm. We'll get through it.
The ultra-low temperatures will last for several days, meaning that what becomes frozen will remain frozen for a long period of time. every part of the state will be getting either snow or ice.
Governor Greg Abbott gave an update on the state's response to this winter storm. He says he's been in contact with the White House and he's asked for a federal disaster declaration, which would give local communities extra resources to deal with the weather. The snow, it has landed, so it's really best if you can stay home and stay safe if you can. Now, if you absolutely have to hit the road, and we know some of you have to, right? You have to make appointments. Maybe you're a first responder. Please take it slow out there. The roads do not look good this morning. We're going to turn to our Hannah Davis, who's live in Dallas. Hannah, man, you bless your heart this morning, honestly, because it is cold out there. I'm going to join you this week as we cover this weather and this storm. But honestly, the roads, they just do not look good this morning. Not at all.
Cleo, stay behind the desk. Save yourself. Do not come out here. Stay there.
I'm joining you on Monday, and you know that.
Everybody.
I've got my hat ready, my ski
are,
pants.
You're better prepared than I am.
And my gloves.
Right now, I feel like my mouth is frozen. I left my gloves at home. I'm calling it Glovegate. I've gotten 8 million tweets from people. I left them on the counter. It is my fault. I will never make this mistake again. Let's talk about the roadways. Take a look at 75 right now. It's cold enough for me just standing out here, but we also want to talk about the conditions for cars. You see some of these cars, especially heading southbound on 75, kind of zipping along, guys. I was driving on the same roadway. I was going 30 miles per hour. That's really where you want to keep it. Luckily, not a lot of people are on the roads because it's dangerous out here. TxDOT has said they've been working. We've got some video of what they've been doing the last 24 hours, really the last several days, pre-treating, putting brine and solution on the roadways. But they've also said that it is simply so cold that brine and solution cannot work as much as it normally would. And say if it was in the 20s or the 30s, in the teens and temperatures like this, it is hard for it to do its job. Now, we know they've been treating for the ice. What about snow? What are the preparations for that? Take a listen to what officials said.
We are always prepared for a winter weather event, and we have the brine solution. And again, we have about 184 trucks within the Dallas district that are treating the roads. If snow does fall, we have snow plows that are available. We can bring out the motor graders to clear out the snow.
Start up though. Sorry. You know, it's not just Dallas County. Tarrant County says they're ready to go. They've got dozens and dozens of trucks that are going out pre-treating and treating those roadways throughout the hours and the days of this cold weather. Collin County says they are on it too. This is a huge challenge for the Metroplex where there are so many roadways. But ultimately, even with all those preparations, this is the #1 message from safety officials.
Stay home if you can. We do not want travelers or motorists out on the road at all with this winter weather event.
Stay home if you can. Wiser words have never been spoken. The other thing, it's not just the roadways, it's not just the cold. Even walking outside of your house can be dangerous. Take a look at this. Just sliding my foot on here, you've got to gingerly step. It is slick everywhere on sidewalks. When I was walking on my apartment this morning, I nearly fell, but I was going slowly. I knew that it was icy and dangerous out there. So that's something else to take into account. If you have any elderly neighbors, maybe go and help bring them groceries so they don't have to go outside. This is simply dangerous to even walk through. I think today, guys, what we really need to do is figure out what is the perfect way to spend Valentine's Day indoors. What movie are you going to watch? What good food are you going to make? Stay inside and stay warm. That's my challenge or my mantra for everybody today, Cleo.
Yeah, that's a good challenge. I mean, we're just learning that Galleria Dallas says, you know what, the mall is closed today. Please do not come here because of this storm. Do you think we'll probably see that happen throughout the next few days or so?
I think we will, especially in North Texas. People are not used to this, so it is dangerous. It's hard to really prepare, Cleo. I was actually talking to one of my friends who's a restaurant owner, a business owner, and what they did is they actually got an Airbnb for their employees last night so they wouldn't have to drive home and then drive into work if they are open today. I thought that was really smart. I think this is an opportunity for employers to be really smart and think about how do you keep your employees safe? If they don't have to go, if they can work remote, I think that is a good option for folks. But I think we are going to see that. Like we've been saying, we are not used to seeing this. This is historic, like Kyle was saying. So let's act accordingly, people.
All right, Hannah, we got some people on Facebook, of course, mentioning the fact that you do not have your gloves on, but we already know that. But Hannah, they want to know if they can see the road again, and if you can just kind of tell us, are you seeing cars, those 18-wheelers taking their time out there? Can you actually see the lanes? What's the deal? Any TxDOT vehicles doing anything?
Take a look. So, TxDOT, they are working around the clock. But think about it like this, guys. The Metroplex, there are hundreds, if not thousands of miles of roadways that they have to pre-treat and treat 24/7. I think we might be seeing a TxDOT vehicle coming down that ramp up there. It might be one, I'm not sure. It's kind of far away. But you can see the roadways. They are relatively clear on 75. But I will tell you this. Do not get comfortable just because you can see that open roadway. There are patches of ice. You can see some of the lanes almost look completely iced over. All it takes is one patch of ice for a car to spin out. It can create that chain reaction. So my advice, again, I'm going to say it time and time again, don't go out if you don't have to, but if you do, go slowly.
Right.
I was going 30 miles per hour on 75. I was getting honked at and passed. I do not care. It's not about being cool. It's about being safe, Cleo.
Right. You're absolutely right about that. And if you do see it, maybe a first responder assisting a wreck or that TxDOT vehicle, it's so important to just change lanes safely and give that first responder, that vehicle, some distance. Hannah, some people are also asking, they're scared to step outside. That's what they're saying on Facebook this morning. So can you kind of describe how cold it really is right now in North Texas? And if what you're wearing is doing you any justice?
Are there words to describe how cold it is? Let me think. It's actually painful. I lived in Chicago.
You don't make it look like that.
This is what it's reminding me of.
Oof.
Thank you very much. I can fake it really well. It's painful if you're not adequately dressed. I'll tell you, my outfit, I do feel warm, but any area that's exposed, again, I forgot the gloves. We're calling it glove gate, left them on the counter. It gets painful really in a matter of seconds. That's why I have my hands in my pockets right now. But one thing I was thinking about, we are going to see really good sledding conditions when we get more snow coming down. So make sure you bundle up the kids. I think it will be a really fun experience for them, kind of find some of the best hills around the area. But if kids are going out, they need to be layered up. You really need to cover almost every single thing you can, including the face, get a face mask, all of that. So you can have fun, but stay safe because, when it's this cold, being out for even a little while can be dangerous. So just look out your window. That's all you need to do. You can see the beauty out your window, Cleo.
Yeah, enjoy it. Or from your yard, something like that. Just stay off the road if you can. Hannah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for just being out there this morning.
Oh, and don't forget,
she'll be back. Y'all don't trust me. She will be back. Over in Fort Worth, TxDOT crews have their own armada of trucks and plows ready to really take care of things on the west side of the Metroplex. And the North Texas Tollway Authority is keeping track of conditions on the tolls. Now, even with all these preparations, officials say their main message is this: to stay home if you can. We do not want travelers or commuters out on the road at all with this winter weather event. Now you can check out these pictures from Lake Worth Police right now. They say it's pretty bad out there. Let's move on forward. It looks like we're a little further than where we should be. All right, we're talking about that car emergency kit, okay? Because there could be a chance that you possibly get into a wreck or maybe stuck in some snow or possibly dealing with some ice. You may need to have a car emergency kit in your car because first responders, it may take some time for them to get to you. So here's a list from AAA with some items to include in that kit. All right, you're going to want to have a car charger for your cell phone, a blanket, a first aid kit, and some bottled water with plenty of snacks. You'll also want to have an ice scraper, a flashlight with extra batteries, and something that's going to get you some traction like a bag of sand, some salt, or even cat litter. That works, and that will be critical if you get stuck. Now, just a quarter inch of ice can actually add up to 250 pounds of power lines, 250 pounds to those power lines. And if they start snapping, the power could definitely go out. Encore is already reporting about 7,000 homes without power this morning. Our Rebecca Lopez really has some ideas to keep you warm if you lose power.
As temperatures drop to some of the coldest in years, electricity use is going up.
We're seeing a significant amount of energy use during this cold spell.
ERCOT monitors power use in Texas, and they say we may hit a winter peak record.
We anticipate that we may set a new winter peak demand record sometime on Monday. And so we're monitoring grid conditions very closely and making sure that we can provide reliable electric service to Texans.
ERCOT had rolling blackouts during a significant storm in 2011. They aren't anticipating that right now, but it doesn't mean you won't lose power. Snow accumulating on power lines can also lead to outages. So fire departments are telling people to be ready and keep fire safety in mind.
So a lot of times, like what we see a lot are using kitchen appliances to heat the home. And if you have like a gas unit, a gas stove, we start to run into carbon monoxide issues at that point.
And don't use unconventional items to keep warm.
Don't bring in a propane heater from outside or a barbecue pit or something from outside to get heat inside.
The Plano Fire Department is adding extra ambulances just in case and sending firefighters out in pickup trucks for water or pipe breaks. Meanwhile, ERCOT is not asking people to conserve power at this time, but if demands are too high, they could issue an emergency order. So be mindful of the thermostat settings in your home. In Arlington, I'm Rebecca Lopez.
All right, now because it's going to get dangerously cold, Dallas is opening the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center to really give the homeless a warm place to stay. Fort Worth is also opening 3 overflow shelters to anyone who needs it. And while we're talking about protecting yourself from the cold, please don't forget about your pets. Bring them inside during these extra cold days and nights. Texas law states that it's illegal to leave a dog outside unattended and restrained when temperatures drop below 32 degrees. Maybe a neighbor might spot that you're doing that and report you. The same also applies for heat advisories, tropical weather, or tornado warnings. Now, as we track this winter storm over the next few days here, please be sure to have the WFAA app handy. You can get a live radar anywhere you go. You can also send your pictures or videos using the Near Me function in that app. We want to see what it looks like in your neck of the woods. It is free in the App Store, or just go ahead and take a picture of that QR code on your screen, and it will take you right to it. And we'll keep that up throughout our newscasts and the evening shows that you're going to see a little later on. Also, our news crews are tracking what's happening in your neck of the woods as well, but we really want to see your pictures and your videos. Thank you so much for watching us here on this digital show. We will keep you updated throughout the day. Please stay off the road if you can. Stay warm, stay safe.